Good morning, students. Today we will discuss operating system. In this, we will discuss what is operating system is. In this operating system, we will discuss what is an operating system. We will also describe the basic organization of computer system, how the computer system is organized. We will also provide a glimpse of the major component of the operating systems, or you can say what are the major functions of the operating system is. So we will discuss all this in this. First, now we will discuss what is an operating system is. Operating system is a program that acts as an intermediary between a user of a computer and the hardware. Suppose I am using a computer, so I am a user of the computer, and if we are using a laptop, this contains some hardware, and operating system lies between this in a upper layer of the hardware and interacting with the user. So, operating system is a program that acts between intermediary between user of a computer and the computer hardware. What are the goals of the operating system? The main goals of the operating systems are execute user programs and make solving user problems easier, make the component system, computer system convenient for use, whatever the system is the computer is having, whether it is the memory, whether it is the CPU input output, all the computer system should be convenient to use the computer hardware in an efficient manner. The computer hardware should also be efficiently used. It should be used efficiently. It should not be the case that simple one program or a user is just using all the resources, and if someone is stuck in that, somebody is waiting of us resources. It should not be the case. Mean to say, the computer hardware should be used in an efficient manner. So this is the operating system's goals. Now this is before going to this again the operating system, we will discuss this. What is actually the computer system structure? How our computer system structure looks like. In a broad sense, if we will see, there is a hardware of the computer system, operating system is there, some application programs which are running on the system, and of course the users which will use this computer system. So when we will talk about the hardware provides us basic computing resources like CPU, central processing unit, memory, we are all are having memory 4 GB, 8 GB RAM, or 1 TB RAM, 1 TB hard disk drive, 512 GB hard disk drive. Input output devices we are having. Input output devices, keyboard, mouse, all these things are input output devices. Printer is the output devices. So these all things come under the category of the hardware. So hardware provide basic computing resources, whether it is the CPU, memory, or input output devices. The second point is come. First is hardware, another is the upper layer of the hardware, you can say, is the operating system. Operating system controls and coordinates use of hardware among various applications and users. There could be various users who are using a system. If a system is a multi-program system, so various users are using that. And it may also possible a same system is running various applications program. So it is the duty, or the operating system sees how it will control and coordinates use of hardware among various applications and users. Applications programs define the ways in which the system resources are used to solve the computing problems of the user. Examples of the some of the application programs are word processors, compilers, web browsers, database system, video games, etc. We are using. These all are application programs. Users users could be nowadays. You can use the system in a different ways. Users could be peoples. Sometimes the user could be machines and other computers also. So this is the combined overall picture of the computer system. In the say you can say hardware, operating system, application program, and users. Well, also the see this four components which we have discussed earlier. Now see the pictorial representation of this. In the first layer, we are seeing there are many users: user one, user two, user three, up to user n. These users interact with the application programs. These users interact, whether they are interacting with the text editor, whether we are writing, or I am writing, or we are writing something on the text editor, or we are using the database system, or we are making a some C program and we are compiling our program. So actually we are interacting with the either with the text editor or a compiler or a database system. This application programs actually interacting with the operating system, and operating system is an intermediate between the computer hardware and the user. Users, you can say user interacting with the help of the application program, and application program interacting with the operating system. So in the lower layer you will see there is the computer hardware. After that operating system will be there. So operating system actually interacting with the hardware in the application program, or you can say that indirectly to the user. So these are the four components of a computer system. Now what operating system does depends on the point of view. Users what convenience, ease of use, mainly functions. So you can say the operating system is how users, it will provide convenience to the user, ease of use and good performance. Users don't care about the resource utilization, what the resources is. Users need not to worry about the resource utilization. However, if the users are working in a shared environment, okay, when we are using some, if we are using in a mainframe or a microcomputer, so it is the duty of the operating system that it keeps its all users happy. Mean to say, if it is a mainframe there or some memory working in a shared environment where the memory and the disk is sharing, so it is the duty that all the users should get the resources at the get its resources when and where needed. Users of dedicated systems such as workstation have dedicated resources. If the workstation or the systems which are dedicated systems, so they are having the dedicated resources, but frequently use the shared resources from servers. Handheld computers are resource poor, optimized for usability and battery life. Some computers have little or no user interface, such as embedded computers in devices and automobiles. So, operating system definition or operating system function, we can say operating system works as a resource allocator, and operating system also works as a control program. When it is work as a resource allocator, it manages all the resources in the computer. It decides between conflicting requests for efficient and fair resource use. Sometimes it may be possible that two users are requesting to the same resources, or so a conflict can be arise. In that case, the operating system decides which user has request first, so it will allocate the resources to the user who will first, or some based on the other algorithm or the scheduling policy, it will assign the resources to that particular user. So it defines how it, you mean to say operating system says efficiently use the resources. So it operating system works as a resource allocator, Operating system also works as a control program. It controls execution of programs present to prevent errors and improper use of the computer. It also works as a control program so that the errors can be minimized and improper use of computers can be prevented so that computers can work properly. And the next topic we will discuss what is the meaning of the batch operating system and multi-program operating system. Okay, so how the batch operating system and the multi-program operating system we will discuss in the next lecture. Thanks. Thanks.